Hey, true believers, this is Dr. T, and welcome to my comic book and action figure channel. In these boxes, I have some vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the late 80s, early 90s. Can't wait to get into them. Over the last 2 years, I have been so into collecting vintage TMNT loose figures, not on card. I have over 75 loose TMNT vintage figures. I also collect the re-releases that have been coming out since 2021, and those are displayed just over there. I have a nice 3 IKEA shelves that display the vintage Ninja Turtles, and then on the wall I have pinned up all of the re-releases. And these particular boxes, this is from Kyle Meissner. I hope I'm saying your name right, Kyle. Kyle Meissner, a great seller on my Vintage TMNT Facebook page. That's where I pick up most of these. And yeah, have some really fantastic figures. I'm particularly excited about one, which is a duplicate, but it was advertised as being super minty, and I'll be able to explain in just a moment why I'm excited about it. So let's see. So right here, I have a Splinter. I believe this is a soft head. I've been actually waiting to do this video. Yep, this is a soft head Splinter. I already have a hard head Splinter, and so I'm trying to get the original 10-back soft heads, the 4 Turtles. I don't have a Shredder soft head yet, but I have a Rocksteady soft head, a Bebop soft head, and then I have 3 of the 4 Turtles in soft head. So this was the Splinter. It is a complete figure. And so here are the accessories, the 2 throwing stars, which are still attached, and the bow and arrow, and then his cane, which slides in to this right here. And so that's really great. That is a really nice, the nose looks really good. Just some wear at the bottom of the nose there, but overall a really nice Splinter. And then the other one, this is the one that was advertised as nice and minty, and this is Krang from 1989. This, I guess it's not really a helmet, but this cover of Krang's, brain is typically quite foggy. And so I'm going to go get my original one, not my original from when I was a kid, but the one I have, and I'm going to replace it with this one, and then you can see the difference. And so here, this one by my right index finger, you can see how blurred this covering gets versus this really clear one. Almost if this one was open from the package. Sometimes even unopened Krangs look like this, but I mean, just the clarity on both of those, pretty good. So that's how this one could get advertised as minty. And if you're ever wondering, how do you tell the difference from a re-release and a vintage one? Well, it's quite simple. You just look on the bottom, and it has the date stamp on there, which this one is 1989. This one also 1989. Very simple. So I have 2 Krang. I don't like to have duplicates. I'm not that kind of collector. So this one I'll eventually save in the sell pile, and then I'll end up keeping this one. And here are all, and it's of course complete. Comes with the 2 arms, the little plunger gun up here, and then the hose. And that'll be nice to display this minty Krang. And then also, as part of this is the first April that I've ever had. This is April with the blue stripe. The 10-back April, they have one without the blue stripe, and then this one is with the blue stripe. And of course, this is 1988, and on the back it says Turtles. But yeah, this is the first April that I've had. pretty loose, pretty wiggly. I bet that's quite normal for this. The legs are pretty loose, but this will display nicely. Just a little bit of wear on the feet, but not too bad. No, I don't see really any drastic wear on the hair. I've already shown it, but let me show you again. The turtles on the back is pretty clean, not really worn. And there's a little bit of dirt on this crease on her leg, but that's about it. Not too bad. And as I like to do, I like to buy the complete figure. So here are her accessories: a microphone, a handgun, a briefcase, and a camera. So that's nice to have my first April. They made so many different versions of April. It's nice to have at least one, and to have one of the 10-back versions with the blue stripes. And then also from Kyle, I picked up some just cards from the back of the original. This one is not in great condition. There's a lot of wear there on the bottom, but I wanted to have this one. I had this particular figure, this undercover portrait of Undercover Turtle Don. I had this as a kid, and then I have a complete one over there. Here is the card for Dirtbag and the card for Metalhead, one of my favorite turtle figures. And then the card for Triceraton, and of course I have each of these complete. And then here is Portrait of Raph the Space Cadet. So this is a full card back of the Raphael Space Cadet right there, which I have a complete one. I did have this turtle as a kid. It's an unpunched card, but just removed, just removed from the original card back. But very nice to have that. And now, yep, that's everything from there. Now let's get into this other box. This is also from a seller on that Facebook, Instagram page that does a lot of deals on there, Tom. And I don't want to say Tom's last name incorrectly, but buy a lot of things from Tom. He posts regularly, and this wasn't that many days ago. The box I just opened, I've had for a couple weeks. I've been out of town, and and then this one I just picked up. Sometimes I wish I didn't get stuff, but then it's hard to pass up. It's hard to pass up some of these. So here, first, I have 3 complete figures in here. I already have 2 of the 4 storage shell turtles, and then this is the Raphael. So the storage shell, you put some things back in the shell. Really cool figure. Quite clean. A lot of times there's wear on the bandana, but this bandana all the way around looks really nice. The belt, the elbow pads, the knee pads. This is a really clean figure. You also want to look for marks on the front part of the turtle. That looks really fantastic. Yeah, storage shell Raphael. I think I'll mess with getting this shell. Oh, there's the shell that just clipped on. And so you can attach these stars inside. There's a little place to put those. And then this storage shell Raphael, these come with so many accessories. Collecting the turtles, I mean, so many accessories. We have an axe, we have a boomerang, this mace, this pizza. The sticker's kind of coming off right there, but this pizza to throw, and then of course another star, because the turtles and Splinter and Shredder come with these 2 stars. So really nice. And then the card that came with the original box. All right, and then we got 2 in here. I'm really excited about one of these. Since I don't do duplicates, these are all, except for the Krang that I showed, these are all new figures, and this is a significant pickup. This is not one of the cheaper turtles to get, Tom, I had asked him and he said this was quite clean, quite minty, almost as if it came out of the original packaging, just as is, wasn't played with. And this is Lionheart, really cool figure. And I'm looking for the date stamp. I can't remember if Lionheart was 1991 or 1992. I want to say, yeah, there it is, 1992. It's on the blue portion of the foot right there. So this is a really great figure. Kind of goes over with the Monty Moose that I also have over there. And then, of course, the 3 accessories. You have the shield. This sort of staff kind of functions as a weapon right there. And then this sword. And most of these weapons do end up snapping quite nicely into their hands. That is really, really nice. Super, super clean. Super, super clean. That is really sharp. The colors of these Ninja Turtle toys are one of my favorite things about them. They pop. I really have to do a video of just going slowly through all the turtle things that I have, the vehicles that I have, and the loose figures. I mean, these colors just pop. What a great line of toys, and to collect them now as an adult is just endlessly fun and entertaining. This is Napoleon Bonafrog. Is that what it is? Napoleon Bonafrog, I think that's what it is. You have some marks on the foot, but this is a variant compared to its counterpart. Take a look. So you see right there the difference in color. I actually prefer this one with the darker green and the darker spots, but there's the other one, and so I wanted to get this variant. And all the accessories. You have the bug slapper, the bug swatter. You have his little buddy. Of course, I never remember any of the names of these guys. You have this shield. Danger sewer gas shield. It needs to be cleaned. A lot of these toys always get a bunch of gunky stuff on them, sticky stuff. They just need to be cleaned off. And then a little sort of snake weapon thing. But that's it, true believers. I mean, this is just a great haul. I think of, oh gosh, how do you pick a favorite? Of these, of the April and the Napoleon and the Storage Shell Raphael and the Lionheart and the Minty Krang and the soft head Splinter. If I was to pick, oh my goodness, maybe the Lionheart and the Storage Shell are my favorites, but you gotta love Krang. Krang, you gotta love this guy. One of the great villains of 1980s cartoons. I mean, my goodness, look, like he's a brain. I mean, these figures just pop. I can't wait to get them over with their Ninja Turtle counterparts. True believers, Ninja Turtles for life.